Darcy. Ooh. All right. For the folk who don't know, there's a poem that I usually don't do in Germany, and I don't usually do in continental Europe because it goes for about 5 minutes, and it's all English, and it's all about the fantastic, Pride and Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. And most people in Germany know this character because in your high school English, in your literature, usually Pride and Prejudice comes up as a novel that you study. But I'm going to live on the edge, as one does. On an improvised night, we've gone from a singer-songwriter to and friends. We've, got friends, different singer-songwriters, and now we're going into a poetry slam. And we're going to do Darcy because these people over here from Australia are trying to improve their English. So that's my apology in advance if you're wondering what this 5-minute poem is about. This next one, this poem was written, it took 14 years to put this poem together, and it's constructed from different people I've interviewed around the world, most of them single, all of them clueless as to why they cannot seem to find in their life their perfect partner, a kind of Mr. Darcy. And everyone in the world seems to want, even in this 21st century, in the age of me, with social media, women still around the world say if they were given a chance, they would still choose to want and have a Mr. Daring, Dashing Darcy. So this one is, there's a little bit of a dilemma here, because if you are out there tonight and you are single and you're happy, you're a liar. All right? This is the dilemma. In 1814, Jane Austen created a character which leapt from the pages of Pride and Prejudice and became immortal, the daring, dashing Mr. Darcy, played in the BBC production by an equally daring and dashing actor who was also. This was also repeated again in the 90s with the Bridget Jones's sequel of movies. And then today, we've still got women out there who, honestly, would still want a daring, dashing Mr. Darcy. It goes a little bit like this. In a world of expectations and standards far too high, I want a Mr. Darcy before I die. Dependable, capable, passionate and bright, intelligent and witty, athletic, erudite. Someone of integrity, somewhat of a gent. In a world of extraordinary men, this one's heaven sent. He has to be handsome, romantic and fetching, and he must have a character that's done its own sketching, because I want him fully rendered. With a sense of humour dry, you see, I want a Darcy before I die. We could ask Eliza Bennet. We could ask that Bridget too. We could even squeeze the truth from Germaine Greer before we're through. 'Cause the competition is fierce for we girls upon this earth. But surely there must be more than one Colin Firth. So I've asked in Scandinavia, where divorce rates are high, and I've asked Sheila's from down under to this brutal reply. Blokes? Pff, they're all a bunch of bastards, and we couldn't give a shag, because every good one is taken or married or a fag. And I've asked them in Beirut, where they've even slept around from New York to Rio and old London town. But they don't want Peter Allen. They don't want a clown. And they don't want some other well-meaning letdown with a beggar's bowl of courage, a tincture of good sense, some guy to bore the pants off us by sitting on the fence. No, we want someone who's challenging, but underneath still shy. You see, we all want a Darcy before we die, who's solid and stable, with a quick and quirky mind, honest and able, considerate, kind, thoughtful and provoking, but not into control, disciplined and driven, whose career is not on the dole, with no pride or prejudice, no addictions as such, just honest and mannerly. Am I asking too much? Because it's really got me baffled. It's harder than I thought. I'm a girl with standards, but these guys keep falling short. It's become quite a mystery. It's a pandemic and a trend. But it makes me feel a lot better if I blame it all on men. You see, I don't need a mirror. I don't need to change at all. It couldn't be me who's aging, anal, rigid, twee, intolerant and cynical, or frumpy in my thinking, a cyclops who cannot score. No, that's for all the other girls. I've heard their shit before. See, I've done my homework. I know I'm pretty hot. Surely it can't be me who's shrouded in self-delusion with one massive personal blind spot. And so, with expectations and standards never too high, I demand a Darcy before I die. Dependable, capable, passionate and bright, intelligent and witty, athletic, erudite, and all those other things I said before, I really meant. In this room of extraordinary men, surely one of you is 100%. Because I don't need to compromise, and nothing less will do. Because guys, I'm looking for a Darcy. Does he sound a bit like you? Danke für den Abend. Dankeschön. Have a great summer. Enjoy the Stadtfest. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, the rest of you. Tschüss.